Alright, so here's my cabinet. You can see the shelves are kind of falling, floppy, and this is what we're making the shelf bracing for, because this unit here was designed for paper, but you can see with the added PDU up top to add in more, a lot more plugs off of just one wall out or one wall receptacle, we can store these Dell Chromebooks in there. These are pretty cool, but we just have to have a whole class's worth. Have them like this, and we've got the little cord coming off, plug it in, boom, it's awesome. But when they're all falling down like this, then you run into, you know, the kid who puts his into slot 17 and it's just, you know, sagging so bad like that. That's why we're making the bracing. So now I'm gonna actually start putting them in and seeing how it goes. The shelf supports, they're made out of 5mm thick little plywood, and also this composite molding. I didn't care how big it was. It comes in a 12-foot long piece. This piece is cut to 11.5 inches long, and this board is 2.5 inches tall, because that's the space in the cabinet. So they're easy to make and to put together, so let's do one. Okay, so I'm using this completed one here just as bracing when I'm using the staple gun, but I lay down one of them with the inside side up, and then I lay the board down on top of it like this, and then I line everything up with the corners. I don't know if you can see here, but we get everything lined up. Okay, so now it is lined up about as good as it's going to get. And I'm going to use this the box of staples, just kind of as a weight to hold it in place, since I'm holding my phone with the other hand. But put the staple gun on it. Boom. Staple number 1. Alright. And then I've just been doing 3 of them. And, oop, that one kind of did it a little bit of an angle. There. Alright, there we go. Got that in there nice and smooth. And then that's pretty much all it takes. And I just have to make a bunch of them so that I can put them in the shelves. There's my stack of completed ones. Have to make a couple more, and I can put them in the shelf, and then we'll bring this thing back to life. Here, I did the first couple to make sure everything's going to be good, and they're real sturdy now, which is awesome. If you can see, the staples in some of these did not go all the way in. I think it's just because the angle I'm working with it. I'm not really sure, but I'll just have to give them a nice little whack with a hammer. They'll be fine. But so how we get this in here, we just kind of slide it in up to the right spot, and then take the staple gun. Oh, here we go, sorry. I was looking at what I was doing, not what the camera was looking at. Here we go, put this in, and boom, now it's in there. Again, it's not in there that well. I'll just have to give it a little tap with the hammer, but this thing isn't going anywhere. And so I can get this last one in here. The shelves aren't exactly right. That's all right. Get this last one in there, and then it'll be good for now. I just have to come back with a hammer, tap it in, but now, I mean, it's not, you can see it's not exactly where it needs to be. I think my measurements are just a bit off, or these things are thinner than I thought. But, oops, I don't want to do that. But you can see how these are now nice and sturdy, and they'll be really good for the kids, and keep the Chromebooks charged and looking nice in the classroom. So, pretty pumped about it. And now I just have to do this side, but when it's all done, these things should be good for a long time. I actually had enough for two of these wide, and then this extra little bit here that I cut off because it was just too much, and then I have a little piece down here that's too much, but then it'll give me 16, I think. 19. It'll give me 19 of the pieces, of these slat pieces. Oh, so the 16 I was thinking was I would need 16 to do an entire one, and I only had enough to do 12, because this molding here comes in 12-foot pieces, and I only bought one because I wasn't sure how this was going to go. So I just need to go back to the store and buy probably 2 more, and I can do this for these last 2 on each side here that I have, and then I've got another one of these at my other school that I need to shore up, and then I think everything will be good to go, and everybody will be good and happy. So I will give that a go tomorrow. So that's how you do that. It's pretty cheap thing to do. That is basically it. So I hope you like it. And if you did, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. And just kind of getting started at this sort of thing. So, you know, if you hit that subscribe, see what happens. These videos should only get better. All right, have a good one.